Hello and welcome back to Mancave City, and welcome to all those that have joined us and added up to the 4,000 plus subscribers. How this has shot up in a week, I'm beyond words. So in this video I am going to be doing not only a massive thank you, but also I'm going to be building my Pokemon Poker Center. The Poker Center. So even though I started it on a live, this is where I'm at the moment. So the rest of it is going to be in this video. I have sorted all the red slopes, the windows and frames, the white slopes, some plates, some bigger plates. So at the moment, this is where we're at. It comes literally in the 2 bags. They're not numbered. The instructions come on a PDF. So if I remember number 96, which it doesn't look like it wants to. So what I'll do is I'll just add a picture here. You can see exactly what it is that we're building and what it's going to look like. So I'm about an hour and a half into the build at the moment. I've decided to change the 4 green plates for 2 of my green and 2 of my grey. The pieces seem to be sitting on it a lot better. We've got a spinny bit for the door. It looks a bit odd with all these greens, but I can always modify it after because I want to tile it to match the rest of my buildings where I've got like the dark grey in front. So the green pieces, neither here nor there at the moment. I'm just following the instructions step by step, but once I'm finished they will be getting sorted and I can probably move them around the back. So where did I say I was up to? Number 96. Dim. So I am currently building, I've just done the 2 sofas and place them in. So now I'm building what looks like it's going to be a bookcase. So I'm guessing we've got the reception area. We've got a couple of sofas with tables with flowers. We've got the little rockery / greenery area. And I've got a spinny door area, plus obviously the entrance. I am looking forward to what this is going to look like. And the best part is it's all Lego compatible. It doesn't come with any minifigs or stickers or printed parts, so I'm hoping that it will be the perfect size when I'm finished. So we'll soon find out. Let's crack on with the build. Right, so I've got a little bit more into the Pokemon Center, and yeah, like I said earlier, it doesn't come with any printed parts or stickers. So I'm kind of having to make the best out of what I've got available. So a 2x1 with the screen on. The closest I've got is that. I've got a keyboard, so I've done that. But then this part here, that's where it gets tricky. So I've got something similar, but it's on a 2x1 slope, not a 2x1 tile. And then I've just put this on at the moment, and then I can try and print a sticker eventually there, or get one printed with the Pokeballs on it. So then that way that looks a little bit better. But again, you know, it's all going to have a roof on. You're not going to really see it, but it's still going to be put down on my to-do list. Right, so as you can see on the Pokemon Center, it's made quite a bit of progress. The walls are built. The start of the roof has been done, and it is a epic little set. I am loving it so far. So this should spin. Seems to be a bit tight. It's the first time I've tried doing this. So yeah, that's going to be fun. But then if we come inside here, you'll see this part is white, supposed to be red. That's supposed to have Pokeballs. I've already told you about all these. So there are a few pieces missing, unfortunately. I've had to get some parts out of my inventory, but Unfortunately, it's one of those, if you're going to buy off AliExpress, expect it. But so far, you know, it's not too bad. Luckily, I've got a massive inventory of parts that I can choose from. The next stage I've got to do is all the windows that come around here, but unfortunately, a lot of the panes of glass won't fit in to the actual frame, and I think it's because the tip point, let me see if I can get the focus. Yeah, so these points are just a little bit too big. So you can see here, for example, where it's kind of slightly broke off. So I'm going to have to shave a few of those down before I can make it, because apparently I need about 30 of them to go around there. So that'll be the fun part next. Alright, so like I said, we're back in the next morning, and these parts are just slightly too big to fit into there. So what I'm doing is I just grab it, a little bit of, I can't do it one-handed, but a little bit of a scrape, as you can see, on each end, and then it fits back in perfectly. Okay, so I'll bring it down. If it goes in, it won't squeeze down. So a little bit, and then clips in like that. So this is what I'm having to do for the entire tray. This is one of the downfalls to buying fake Lego off AliExpress. Doesn't always pay off, but at the same time you get what you pay for. Lego doesn't actually do this model, not yet anyway. They are going to be doing some Pokemon stuff, but until they do, this is what I've bought. Also, the fact that there is the mega one, which comes like all the other minifigures and stuff. So of course that one isn't a modular or has like the roof that you can take off or anything like that. So again, you know, it's not exactly a copied design, but it still does the job. Before I go any further, you can see some of the parts are slightly discoloured or different tones. So I have messaged the seller to say, look, this isn't right. So they've said that they're going to send me the parts that I need. Right, so after sanding all the window panes, I've got them all fitted. They're all in and looking good. I've managed to use my little screwdriver to gently nip off any excess pieces without scratching the windows, which is fantastic. Then I've got the rim around the top. So now the next thing they want me to do is put some photos on the wall, but as I say, it doesn't come with any stickers or printed parts, so I'm going to have to do this myself and have a look at what parts I have available until I can actually get some stickers. And the blows just keep on coming. So I've followed this absolutely perfect to what it says. However, I've got this big screen which is supposed to clip onto there, and it doesn't line up. The gaps are not right. Same if I have a picture on there, they just don't line up. So I'm starting to lose the will with this entire set. So the recommendation at the moment is not looking good. Okay, so yet again, I'm having to modify this to make it work. Luckily, I have the right coloured pieces. So what I've done is I've taken those 3 out, put some 3 plain ones, and now hopefully this will work. Wish me luck. Okay, so that has paid off, and I've made another little modification because I got that little Pokeball from somewhere. So what I've done is I've put one of those studded bricks, one of these, into there and added my own little Pokeball. So it has got some sort of a Pokemon reference. But for now, that looks pretty cool. The TV is on the wall, so now it's time to start on the roof. Okay, so the roof was a nice, easy procedure. That is done. However, I'm looking at this and there's one more thing I want to change, and that is the corners. So bear with me. What are the odds of that? Out of all the parts I've got, I've literally got 4 corner pieces, which is what I want. So you'll see now we've got 3 individual squares, and I'm about to change it. Right, so can you see the difference? So what I've done is can't get the bloody focus. I've put some tiled corners on because I wasn't keen on the small piece, and then the 2x1 tiles I've replaced for 2x1 plate. So hopefully now that should be structurally a little bit better. So needless to say, I failed again. So it needed these kind of pieces, 2x1 modified. I haven't got the red, I've only got white, but it kind of mixes in with the decor anyway. And now it sits firmly on as a roof, because otherwise I'm going to take that up and then this corner piece is potentially going to come up with the roof, which is not what I want. Hence why I wanted the nice corner pieces to be flush. Right, so now that we've got that done at long last, it's time for the outside vegetation. Right, so I've just done the lamppost on the front, the 4 trees on the back, but then as I'm looking, it's basically going over the 32x32. We're adding like a plant box on the side. Then you've got bits that come out and stick out. So again, I'll only end up taking all that off anyway, because I've got a spot for the Pokemon Center. So this is going to be millsed, so it's all built onto a plate. I've just got to put a mills underneath it. All these little bits I can take off, stick them around the back or something, and then I'm going to put my tiles on, and then we're done. And just like that, it's done. So I've put some paving going halfway down each side. I've done the curb going all the way around, put a new lamppost on, put some more greenery bits at the back with the trees that was around here. I've put some cornerstones in the gaps there, but I've got nothing to put here. So the only thing left to do is move this onto this prepared mills plate. You ready? And ta-da! It is now millsed, and we've got Ash with Charmander about to go into the Pokemon Center. Ta-da! Now I've just got to place it into the city, which means I've got to clear this out of the way, because for now, this is where it's going to go. Oh, but what happened? Yeah, I changed my mind again. So, alternatively, what I'm going to do is I've got the tree with the little pool thing here. I'm going to pave or do something, grass maybe this area. Then all this has got to be redone anyway. But I'm thinking, you know, you've got a path down to the train station, can come across. This can all be paved as well. Then obviously you can go to the little coffee shop here. We've got Asda and the aquarium on this side. Then obviously over here, I have moved the Rainbow Hotel, and you can see the Pokemon Center. So this idea is because now I can actually see into this section. It opens it up so much more. Plus, with all the Pokemon on this side, it just makes that little bit more sense, doesn't it? So let me know what you think. Again, subject to change around, subject to complete remodel. I have no idea. I have been contemplating that and that to come down so I can build the city up all more over that side. However, these do have stuff on. I am very limited on wall space as to where I can put those displays if I do take them down. The little marketplace has been taken out purposely because I'm thinking I'm going to put a few market stalls dotted in here as well, just to kind of carry this theme on so it can be like a little market street. So yeah, that is the plan going forwards. So overall, it wasn't a bad build. Oh look, there's the giant me from the last video. Overall, it wasn't a bad build, as I say. There was a few issues with it, but you're always going to expect that when you order from AliExpress or you order non-branded Lego. So it is what it is. There's a few pieces that could do with being replaced or changed. However, it ain't worth the hassle, the weight, the postage and everything else from China just for like 3 or 4 parts, when I can order them myself in a big bundle as and when I need some more parts. So yeah, that's where we're going to leave the Pokemon Center for now. Right then, so now you can see we've got the Pokemon Center into the city. I've also got the Rainbow Hotel moved over as well. So for now, I'm going to leave it at that. Please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see ya in the next video. Bye bye.